Hello everyone, this is Allied World War II Archive, and as you might be able to tell by the title of the video, I am quitting this channel, at least for now. I would also like to use this as an excuse to go into some detail about the exact process I go through to make a video, and also some interesting facts about the channel. So the reason why I'm quitting is actually pretty simple. I don't have the time anymore. I started this channel back in December of last year as something to keep me occupied. And the problem is with that, is that whilst back then I had a lot of free time, so I could get away with it, that's not true anymore. I'm in college 2 days a week, and the other days of the week I am in work. And also with general life commitments, friends, family, etc., that doesn't leave me with that much amount of time to make these videos. Now, if I was making money on this channel, that would not bother me as much. I would be more willing to do it. In fact, I reckon I could probably have increased my output actually to about 2 or 3 per week. But obviously I don't. And yes, I understand that sounds entitled, but I simply see it as me valuing my time, and I realise that it's not really worth it, especially because I can just go to my job, although I don't particularly enjoy it, but that's another issue, and work there for another shift and, well, make more money. However, I actually had the original idea for this channel all the way about 3 years ago, hence why my channel's creation date is March 30th, 2021. The reason why I didn't start it earlier is simply because I was pretty young at the time. I'm 18 now. So I was 14 back then. A lot of people think I'm a lot older than I really am. I'm a bit shocked by that. That's just stuff I've been told by people I know on the internet, and who don't know my real age. But anyway, I digress. 14-year-olds generally don't understand copyright law. I know, it's pretty wild, that. And not only that, I also didn't know what public domain was, or whether or not what I was doing was even legal. I know now that it more or less is, but I actually made a video about this a few months ago. I'll leave a link in the description. But anyway, on to the meat and potatoes. What do I actually do? Some might think that I'm simply just re-uploading content. This is not true, so I'm actually going to go through the process. Firstly, I look for the footage I want. This is not the easiest because generally a lot of stuff is mislabeled, or if it isn't mislabeled, it's in poor quality. Sometimes it's even both. And whilst I get lucky with the Canadian newsreels, I found them, and I found them in very good quality, as you might have been able to tell. So I just simply kept them in a file and just used them every now and again, because I didn't want to upload them all the time, because I didn't want to be known for it, even though I would have had content for at least another year if I kept uploading them. But I digress. Generally, I look on archive websites for this, but not always. So, like, for example, the British News episode, was from Vimeo. But that series of newsreels is a whole other kind of worms. In short, because of its vague name, it's very weird copyright scenario, because it involved 5 different companies who made each episode. It'd be like one company makes one episode, one makes another. You get the point. The problem is with this is that this makes the copyright basically impossible to discern, and so that's probably the reason why the only ones that are really on the internet are the first 5 episodes. Everything else past that point is probably copyrighted. Although I have seen another episode, although in very poor quality, so I never uploaded it. But that would be a conversation for another day. After that, I put it into the editing software. I add the title card, the basic info about the footage or the speech. If it's a speech, I'll also just put a picture, usually of the person who's talking, mainly because I understand that having a blank background for everything is not necessarily the nicest to watch. And I also make very slight edits to the footage. Now, I've never really mentioned this, and I won't actually tell you what I'm doing. All I will say is that it's enough that I can tell if someone's taken my stuff, but it doesn't affect your viewing pleasure too much. To my experience, though, I don't believe this has happened. So then, after that, I do the remarks, which I get from a German World War II archive, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. Now, I assume that my viewers will know what the Sherman, the Panther, the Tiger, T-34, etc. And because of that, I try to assume you have a sort of level of intelligence. I'm not insulting him here. I only say that is because I vaguely recall him telling me once that he only does it just so people don't ask about it. So that whole process takes roughly 12 hours, all said and done. Although part of that is admittedly my weaker computer, but that's besides the point. However, crucially, I won't rule out coming back one day. However, I don't know when I'll get the time back to make these videos consistently, so I guess you can say it'd be very unlikely that I come back to this channel. Or if I do come back, it certainly won't be this year. Yeah, so I would like to say thank you to anyone who has subscribed, liked, or even viewed my videos. I'm extremely grateful for your support. And anyway, I have been Allied World War II Archive, and yeah, bye.